Good morning. I haven't vlogged in so long, so it's a little awkward for me right now. I don't think I filmed anything in like 2 weeks, and my hair is really messy, so forgive me. I just got back from a walk, but it had to be cut short a little bit because it started raining, and I don't know if you could tell from my voice, but I've been pretty sick the past few days. Suddenly I had a strong craving for something sweet, so on the way back from my walk, I got this donut. There's a little donut shop right below my apartment. It's been a while since I wanted something to eat because I have been wanting not to eat for the longest time. Creme brulee donut. I'm gonna grab a better seat. I probably should not be drinking cold milk because of my sore throat. It has this little syrup thing that I could inject into the donut. Ugh. That's not syrup, that's alcohol. Oh, this was like bourbon creme brulee. Oh, that's so bitter. Ugh. It's filled with Boston cream inside, and I love Boston cream. I think cream-filled donuts are like the best. It's really hard on the outside. They really meant it when they said it was creme brulee. I wanted to give you a small life update. Last weekend, I went to Texas because there was like this little gala, little event. It was really fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed my time. People were so welcoming, and they were just so nice to me and all. But I couldn't help but to feel a little bit sad, I guess, a little wistful, because it was probably my last time seeing some of the people there, and I have a hard time with like dealing with like departure and like saying goodbyes. I feel like I kind of like hold on to things and people for a long time. Now that if I go back to college, it's not going to be the same anymore because some of my closest friends are going to be graduated. Like the community that I had in the past is kind of like moving on, and that also made me really sad because I really loved the community there, and like some of the people like I literally considered like my closest friends ever. After kind of acknowledging that it was going to be my last time and my friends are moving on to their next chapter of their life, I couldn't help but like start thinking about life and progression and how transient life is. And I don't know, I went on a whole little like mental spiel about all that stuff, and then obviously that leads to thinking about endings and kind of like dealing with mortality and like accepting my own mortality at some point. I get really deep in my thoughts, and then that made me feel really like sad and depressed after that trip. So the past week I've been kind of dealing with that a little bit, accepting the impermanence of life, I guess, was like the theme of the past week for me. I also started thinking about my life here. Been less than a year here since I moved, and I feel like I lack a lot of community here because making friends is a huge part of college, but not everyone comes to dental school to make friends. Like grad school and, you know, dental school, med school included, people go there to further their education and, you know, kind of advance in their professional life, I guess. People are not there to have fun mainly. I feel like there's not much of a community at my school, and that made me a little bit even more nostalgic of the past. And I've been trying to have more fun with my life here too, but it's definitely more like repetitive than undergrad. Undergrad, we have a lot of events, we just go out spontaneously to have fun, but here it's mostly just school, home, school, home, school, home, church, and then occasional nights out on Fridays or something like that. So it's not really eventful here. So I've been kind of growing a little bit bored. It's been a little bit suffocating, and I just think the overall environment of dental school is just a little bit, it's like bleak and anxiety inducing at the same time. Everyone there is really competitive, and that kind of makes me feel as if I'm not driven and I'm not passionate, and I feel like I'm falling behind, although I'm doing well in my classes. I don't know why. I can't help but feel that way next to like those super passionate, super hardworking people. Yeah, so that's where I've been kind of sitting in my life lately. Something cool that has happened is as soon as I got back from Dallas and I was in my very deep contemplative phase, I realized that one of my plants sprouted a new bud. Alocasia polys have like a dormant phase during the colder months. Because of that, it hasn't sprouted a new bud in like 5-6 months, since like November, December. And then it finally started sprouting again, and I like just got so happy. And that also kind of encouraged me to maybe, step out of my dormant phase right now and just embrace the positivity of the current moment and situation. And it kind of cheered me up seeing that little bud come out again after so long. I am going to church now. Got this lip balm from this like vendor fair for dental school, and it has their logo on it from one of the vendors. But this smells so freaking good. It smells like birthday cake, and I love it. We're going to school afterwards this Saturday, so I wanted to be comfortable, but I didn't want to make it too informal for church, so I added a little light laser kind of thing. But yeah, I'm running late. I should go down. See y'all. Guys, we're at school now, and we're gonna study. I am done with studying, so I'm gonna go home right now. I don't know if you guys can hear me over all this wind, but the weather was really pretty. See ya. Yo. I have a little online meeting for church. Before that, I thought I would snack on some pineapple. I bought this laptop stand from IKEA like a while ago, I think a few months ago. And I think it's literally one of the best purchases I've made in IKEA. I've never really understood the use, like the need for a laptop stand until I got one myself, and I'm like, ooh, this is super helpful for my neck and my position and just overall experience of using a laptop and typing a lot. Because I edit on my laptop, I think it's really helpful.
And also objectives are kind of specific things to.
I just finished my meeting for church. One point I kind of forgot to touch upon is like a lot of people think that because I am in school that I'm not worried about the future. They think my future is already set as a dentist, but that's not exactly the case because if I do poorly on like 1 or 2 exams, then I'm put on academic probation, that I could be dismissed from the program. There's like uncertainties about like if I'm gonna get the specialty programs that I want. So there are still a lot of uncertainties and a lot of like fears, I guess, along the way. Even though I am in school still in like a very structured institution, I still have the same worries as my other friends who are still kind of starting their work for the first time and kind of dealing with the uncertainties of the progression of their professional life and things like that. And that's really ironic because your 20s are supposed to be like your physically strongest part of your life, and you're supposed to be free and liberated and live in your youth, but you're tied to so many of these responsibilities that you're probably being burdened with for the first time. So I think that dichotomy makes this period so awkward and even more challenging, I guess. Although I am really content and grateful for my life here, I can't help but to worry sometimes about, the uncertainties that life bring. Especially because usually in your early 20s, nothing is really set in stone. You don't know where you're going to grow your roots and such. Those thoughts have also been kind of running rent free in my mind the past few days. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.
Okay, I'm doing a little voiceover because I'm too lazy to type out all of my narration. But here I am in Sim Clinic after all of my morning classes because I was actually really behind on a lot of my assignments. So the first assignment was a composite restoration. So I'm just, bonding and etching the tooth before the actual composite goes in. And there goes the composite. Yep, there it is, squeezing the composite in there and like pressing it on there and just smoothing it out. And then I did a preparation for, I believe it was it was just a preparation for composite. And I'm just drilling the tooth there. So blah, 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 blah. And the last project, I believe, was a crown preparation. So yeah, I'm just drilling. I also wanted to show you the view from the clinic. We get a city line from one side of the clinic, and then the other side of the clinic, we get a beautiful view of the mountains. So yeah.
By the way, this chair is basically like my second closet because I just pile so many clothes on this chair. But I'm eating dinner now. Lunch, obviously. And all that vegetable that I chopped up and the chicken that I'm boiling is for dinner. I'm making chicken curry and I want it to really like thicken and stew for a long time, so I'm starting now, but that's for dinner. And I made enough for tomorrow as well, so I'm gonna eat that for the next few meals. But for lunch I just prepared a simple salad with chicken and a lot of carrots and avocados. I have a carrot shredder and it cuts into like these thin strips and they just make the carrots so much more fun to eat. Guys, the weather is so freaking insane. It's still a little bit cloudy, but there's still a lot of sunlight and blue skies. And I'm just happy that I'm getting even this much light today. I'm just going to try to finish my stew or curry. Hello, everybody. I was really productive today. I'm just like, let's just get on with life. So I literally caught up on my lectures. I caught up on all of my sim clinic projects. So I'm really good to go. I'm really set for this new week starting tomorrow. So I'm really proud of myself, pat on the head. And yeah, so that's where I will conclude this vlog. Thank you so much for walking. Thank you so much for watching. And thanks for listening to me, babble on about thoughts about my life and stuff. I know that's pretty hard to listen to. If you skip through it, I don't blame you. It's really stupid talk, but thanks for listening if you did. And yeah, you have reached the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.